Look like a damn fool.
Station gang, and welcome back to Surrounded by Shortboxes with your boy Stu from Dr. Doom's Fan Club. The show is a spotlight on my favorite back issues and why I love them so much. And today we're cracking open one of the most star-studded Superman books ever printed in Superman 400, a treasury-size 1984 45th anniversary issue where DC handed over the key to the Fortress of Solitude to a murderer's row of legendary artists for one of the most incredible and undersung, underappreciated Superman issues of all time. Let's get into what I love about this one so much. As always, first let's set our table. This issue found life in a man with a point to prove. DC editor Julie Schwartz, 40 plus years into an amazing career at DC Comics, heard the rumblings from his naysayers and detractors at the time that his best days were behind him. So with a chip on his shoulder, Schwartz and DC talent coordinator Sal Amendola assembled an incredible all-star roster of artists and writers for one of the best Superman issues ever. Elliot Maggin writes a framing story here for the whole issue to kind of run through that imagines a far future Earth where children learn Superman's deeds like scripture. The Man of Tomorrow has been mythologized across millennia. Maggin recalled the issue coming together saying, quote, "From the far corners of the earth, artists of dizzying stature flock to add to their portfolios a contribution to the ongoing myth of Superman, and perhaps equally impressive in the professional world in which they live, a chance to work with Julie Schwartz. Those who couldn't illustrate one of the story sequences found the time to do a pinup page. Those who couldn't do a long story had their obliging writer supply an installment of suitable length. My old buddy Howard Chaykin offered a breathtaking cover painting." This issue is essentially a series of fables, visions, meditations, each drawn by some of the most iconic artists to ever hold a pencil. Within Maggin's general framework and without the creative constraints of continuity or canon, some of the industry's best get the opportunity to tell some really unique Superman stories, or even better, turn in some truly jaw-dropping pinup artwork, or both. So let's switch it up a bit and start with the pinups first here, guys. They serve as chapter breaks in this issue, and without a doubt, to me, are the best part of the book. What I love most about these is how Schwartz decided on purpose, with intent, to feature and spotlight a bunch of artists who normally don't illustrate the Man of Steel. And not only that, but the names they were able to get were unbelievable. Nothing but banger after banger, legend after legend. These were phenomenal. So let's take a look. All right, first up, just as Maggin said, on the front cover, a gorgeous painted piece of Superman artwork from the great Howard Chaykin. A brilliant beginning here and start. Secondly, we have Brian Bolland. This is one of my favorites, y'all. Delivering a striking, stoic pinup featuring his signature amazing line work. It's just stunning. With Clark Kent answering the call to action with the Metropolis skyline behind him and the sigil and city lights along with the 400. This one's a banger. Next up, we got the King himself. Jack Kirby, Terry Austin. What an effort to get the King at this time in history. And it's always a joy to see Kirby doing the Man of Steel. This was such a treat. And the next batch, we got John Byrne, foreshadowing of things to come in his time with Superman, though at the time he is still, I think, full-time at Marvel. After that, we have the great Jack Davis doing a hilarious phone booth pinup featuring Miss Bell. Then it's Walt Simonson delivering his clean line work as Supes is supported by friends and family. Another favorite for me from the issue is this Bernie Wrightson pinup, featuring angry Supes bursting through a brick wall. It's scary and intimidating. I love the way Wrightson chooses to light it. Absolutely brilliant stuff here. Such a gorgeous composition. Again, like I said, one legend following another. Next, we find ourselves with Will Eisner as Supes meets the Spirit, running into the Eisner creation and legend himself, stopping crime down on the docks. Absolutely unbelievable. After that, it's Steve Ditko turning into Slender Supes and trying his best to make it political. Again, in the same vein as Kirby, such a treat to see Ditko doing Superman here. After that, it's Moebius, y'all. They got Moebius. And he's drawing Superman like a mythic wanderer in the desert in the style of Arzak. Wordless, dreamlike, timeless. such an amazing piece of artwork. If you haven't had enough, we end the issue with two of my all-time favorite artists, both of who are on the cusp of changing the game at the time. Bill Sienkiewicz turning in this pinup with Superman in all his impressionistic glory, and we round it out on the back cover with Uncle Frank doing some killer silhouette work. Just to run that lineup back, we got Bolland, Kirby, Byrne, Jack Davis, Simonson, Bernie Wrightson, Will Eisner, Steve Ditko, Moebius, Sienkiewicz, and Uncle Frank. Absolutely speechless. I'm just absolutely blown away at that. I don't know if a better stable of creators brought together for one book comes close to that. It's an unreal celebration of the Man of Steel. When it comes to the interiors and these Soup short stories, there's two artists in particular I wanted to shout out. Frank Miller, showing up again, pre-Dark Knight Returns here, gives us a nod to George Reeves' Superman and a show which helped keep the Man of Tomorrow alive in the cultural zeitgeist for over 3 decades in America. Here, an old television clip of Reeves is found on a parallel Earth, and this allows Miller to really begin playing with these TV talking head panels, a technique he would employ to great effect in Dark Knight Returns, just a little over 2 years later. Rounding out the issue, Jim Steranko did not come to play, y'all. He gets the final storytelling sequence, bringing the cosmic psychedelia. His Superman piece is less a narrative and more a visual detonation. Swirling chromes, alien glyphs, interdimensional energy. Steranko took the job from Schwartz on the condition that he could stray outside of Megan's framework, though he did get his okay on everything, but he wanted to do his own thing, and man, does he do just that. We get gorgeous double page spread after gorgeous double page spread. His Soup stories may be a little on the dense side, but my lord, is it a visual feast artistically. Why this wasn't pushed more at the time of publication may have been due to the marketing department's lack of initiative. Story writer Elliot Magan said, quote,
"The marketing department at DC didn't want to do so much as a house ad for it.
The 45th anniversary.
This little turkey marketing wonk asked me."
So then what do we do for the 50th?
She wanted to know. Then it sold like oxygen tanks in Atlantis, and they sent me a big royalty check, ignored the reorders, and it sank out of sight.
I love Superman 400 because this book represents an editor who's been in the game for over 4 decades, deciding to flex in the biggest and best way he knows how. It's a stunning, stunning artistic celebration worthy of our red and blue pop cultural icon. This book isn't trying to define Superman, it's trying to honor him. It's a love letter not just to the character, but to the endless possibility of comic books as a medium and how expressive it can be for us, both individually and collectively. It feels like every creator goes all out for the cause here. And Lord, do we have a confluence of greatness in this issue, the likes of which we rarely see since. Superman 400 is weird. It's overwhelmingly beautiful. It's experimental. I think it's a perfect representation of the spectrum of Superman, what he means to comics, and what he can mean to each of us. That's it for me this time, gang. If you never cracked open this oversized, overstuffed gem, I highly recommend tracking it down. It's a hell of an issue. Enough said. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn those notifications on for Dr. Doom's Fan Club so you don't miss out on any more great comic book content. And until next time.
And this is a sun eater. I found it wandering in orbit near Jupiter. Poor thing would have starved.
Ew. What do you feed him?
Suns. Little ones I make here on my cosmic anvil. He's just a baby. Here you go.
What's in here?